Hello, I'm Amante Marinas. I'm head of my family's stick and knife fighting system. It is called Pananandata. It has 300 years of tradition behind it, and it is practiced in Central Luzon in the Philippines. I hope by watching the tape, you'll become acquainted with its techniques and its traditions. I hope you'll enjoy the tape. Proper footwork ensures that the proper distance is kept. Proper footwork is critical, for on this ability will depend correct judgment of attacking and defending distances. Footwork can be used to regain distance that has been yielded or lost by a step back. Footwork can be used to avoid the opponent's attack by yielding ground. Footwork can be used to advance quickly or deliberately to bring the opponent within striking distance. What you're watching now is footwork that alternates from right to left, and then right. It's right forward, right side step. Right forward, left 45 degrees, right side step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look straight ahead. Don't look at the ground. You must be looking at the opponent's chest or his forehead, or look through him. Right, left, right. This one is the long steps. Left forward 45 degrees, you're ducking under the attack. Right forward, left back, right back, and left side step. Right, back, left side step. Left forward, left back, right back, side step. 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees, left side step. You're ducking now. You're ducking another attack. You're moving away from another one, and sidestepping it fast. Left, right, side step. This is a ducking exercise. Sometimes you don't have any place to go. All you can do is bend your knee and duck under the attack. You notice that it's the left foot forward, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Again, do not look at the ground. Look straight ahead. You must keep the opponent in view all the time. This is a triangular jog. This is a forward triangular jog. Again, this will help you avoid attacks. That's the back triangle. That's a back triangle. That's a back triangle. Now, a combination of the forward and the back triangle. This will increase your mobility and also will strengthen your knees. Again, look forward. Never look down. This is a triangular jog. This is a speed triangular jog, and this will contribute to your mobility. Spencer G on the left is sidestepping my attacks. Left, sidestep. Right, left, sidestep. He's defending against my attacks now. This is a necessary skill in free fighting. You must be able to avoid the attack even if you do not have a stick in your hand. This is Bob Rivera, and he's demonstrating the other set of footwork, the long steps. Now he's ducking under the attack, moving away, and sidestepping. He's ducking, moving away, sidestepping. Duck, there. He's ducking, moving away, sidestep. This is a ducking exercise, and that's Matt Marinas Jr., my son. He's ducking every hit I do. This is necessary because sometimes there's no place else to go. The hand and foot coordination. Here you will be moving your feet and you'll be moving your hands at the same time. Hold the 31-inch stick 2 inches from one end with your thumb pressing on your index finger. Now you're protecting your left side.
Left foot forward. 1.
Now left foot forward.
3, 4. Alternating foot.
Alternating foot.
2.
You need these for coordination.
Left foot forward moving. 1. 2.
Now left foot moving only.
4. 5. Right foot moving.
Right foot moving only.
3, 4, 5.
Note that you do not break your rhythm. You just continue doing it. Now you'll have to do whatever you do with your right hand with the other hand.
1,
Right foot forward.
3, 4. Alternating foot. 1,
Alternating foot.
3, 4, 5.
You must develop your weak hand if you are to become a better than average fighter.
Left foot moving.
If you're right-handed, your left is your weak hand. If you're left-handed, your right is your weak hand. This exercise must be done with a partner. This is a preparation for the use of the umbrella for self-defense. Here on your left is Spencer G. Notice the action of the left hand. It's hitting the fish at the same time that the stick is blocking the stick. This must be simultaneous. That's Matt Jr. and Spencer G on your right. They're doing this stationary. Same exercise. Now they're doing it with the other foot forward. Notice the action of the left hand. The block and the counter with the left hand are simultaneous. Here's more of the same. You must do about 50 sets of these in one session. Both right and left hand, right foot forward, left foot forward, alternating foot, left foot moving and right foot moving only. These are striking techniques showing their targets. On the left is Spencer G. I'm attacking his left side only now. With thrust, another thrust, a hit to the back of the head, and almost like an elbow at thrust. Now I'm attacking the right side. Low, middle, high, 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 thrust. Now the attack will be shown from the other side. Top of head, side of base, neck, bicep, stomach, chest, side of head, thrust, thrust. Now I'm attacking the right side. I'm covering the whole body. That's an attack to the groin. And that's the top of the head. The 5 strikes are aimed at the upper right or left, shoulders or the head, at the lower left or right, the hips, and in the center, stomach or solar plexus. Of course, any target substituted for the designated targets will be hit as well. Here you see the group. With the left foot forward, we're doing it in a given set of 5s. Now we'll do the same exercise with the right foot forward. You'll have to be able to do this in the left foot forward and the right foot forward. Notice that you'll have to look straight ahead, never look down. That's a thrust to the stomach. Next exercise will further develop hand and foot coordination. We'll be alternating foot now, doing the same techniques. An attack to the left shoulder, attack to the right shoulder, attack to the left hip, attack to the right hip, and a thrust. Notice that we are not doing these all at the same time. That's not the purpose of this exercise, because every person has his own rhythm. As long as you complete the techniques, that will be okay. It is not necessary that if you are in a group, you do it all simultaneously. That's not the purpose of this exercise. The purpose of this exercise is to increase your coordination, and every person has his own timing and rhythm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1.
Now here's the right foot forward. We are doing the techniques one after the other.
2, 3, 4. Alternating foot.
Now it's the left foot forward and then the right foot forward, this alternating foot. Now we are doing the same 5 techniques, except now we're moving our right and left foot alternately. Again, this is for increased hand and foot coordination. Again, don't look to the ground, look forward.
4, 5.
Hitting stick. Hitting your partner's stick will develop the proper grip, will strengthen your wrist, and will get you used to the shock of impact. Remember, if you are hitting the air, you don't get tired that easily. But when there is an opponent in front of you, the vibrations of the shock of impact will shake your arm, and you'll get tired very easily. Again, notice that you're looking straight ahead. It's a right foot forward, left foot forward, and then right is alternating foot again. This will get you used to moving with the stick motions. Also at this point in time of your training, you're training to do distancing also. And of course, if you want, you can target different parts of your opponent's stick. You can hit at the end or towards his hand. Here we're doing the same exercise, but we are walking back and forth. This will again increase your proper judgment of distance. If you're too close, you'll probably hit your partner's fist. If you're too far away, you won't even be able to touch your opponent's stick. That's why this distancing has to become instinctive. The 5 strikes and targets. The 5 strikes are aimed at the left shoulder, left hip, right hip, and center. Left hip, right hip, stomach. Left shoulder, left hip, right hip, shoulder. Notice my left foot is in front. Now it's my right foot in front. You'll have to work out this way. Whatever you do with your right hand, your left foot or your right foot could be in front. That way you'll have a different sense of distancing. Here it's alternating foot. Yeah, this is the same pattern as we had before. Now we're doing this in group. Notice that the punching with the left hand and then hitting with the left. The right and the left hands are alternating rolls. Here, the left hand is cutting and the right hand is thrusting. Now the right hand is cutting and the left hand is punching. So whatever is being done by the left hand is being duplicated by the right. Except now, the right hand has a stick and the left hand is empty. And the left foot is forward. Cut with the left hand. We'll do the same thing with the right foot forward. With the left hand and the right hand alternating rolls. This may seem easy, but it's not. In the beginning you'll have to struggle and think consciously about how to do this. But later on, with practice in about 2 weeks, you'll be able to do this. Still the same exercise. Do not put too much power in your techniques at this time in your training. All we need here is coordination. Now we're doing alternating foot. Again, the right and the left hand changes roles between cutting and thrusting or punching. The left hand cuts. The right hand cuts. Left hand cuts. The right hand cuts. Bodily variation on your left and the special G's on your right. So using this exercise, except this is an empty hand. Same pattern. Same pattern. They have their right foot forward. Their left hand is close to their chest in case there is another attack. Now alternating foot. Same pattern of exercises. Left foot forward, right foot forward, alternating foot. Here they're using only their right hands. Now they're walking. This is again necessary for increased hand and foot coordination and distancing. With the empty hand, you have to get closer to your opponent. With the stick, you'll have to move away a little bit. Moving back and forth. Here I'm doing it with Spencer G. We're doing the same exercise. Now with a right hand and a left hand. 5 on the right, 5 on the left. 5 on the right, 5 on the right, 5 on the left. Moving back and forth. Do not remove your look from your opponent. It's the same movements as you do with your stick. These are defenses against the 5 strikes. You see hand, foot, and weapons movement. I'm defending against Bob Rivera, and he's showing the attack, which is aimed at my left shoulder. Slow hit. Move to your right. Slow hit. Right. Fast hit. Now he's attacking my right shoulder. I show it slow. Fast. Fast. My left hip is being attacked. Slow. Fast. Fast. Showing attack on the right hip. Slow defense. Slow defense. That's a little fast. That's faster. Fast to the stomach. This will be a side step. A hit on the stick. A hit on the stick and a hit on the head. Make sure that you know your distancing when you practice this with a partner. Here's Bob Rivera on your left, defending against Spencer G. Of course, if you know how to kick, by all means, use it. You'll notice the movement of Bob Rivera's left hand. He's using it. When he gets close, he punches. Side step, hit, and a final hit. Now it's Spencer's turn to defend. Goes to the right, hit the stick. If the stick is there, you have to hit it. Notice that these are multiple counters. It will look like it's an overkill, but it's not. Because these are the things that you have to learn so you can go into free fighting. When in free fighting, you cannot hit only once or twice. You have to be able to do all these twirls and all these foot movements and the multiple counters. Here he's ducking under the attack. It's the same 5 attacks, but now it's a different defense. He's ducking under it. Now he'll be moving away. Now moving away. Now he'll be sidestepping at front. Now Spencer G is having his turn. Look at the foot movements. It's not hurried, it's deliberate, and it's cautious. If the stick is there, it has to be hit. It's an obstacle that you have to take care of before you can get closer to the opponent. Side step. Sometimes you need to hit the stick. If the fist is far away, you have to hit the stick. Now that's me. It's a one-hit counter. Hit on the stick and a killing blow. A hit on the stick and a blow. Another hit. Here is Spencer G on your left. He's attacking with his right stick and the left fist. I'm doing the defense slowly. I'll do it a little fast now. I'll do it a little fast. A little faster. Same thing. Faster. And side step and a fast hit. This is the Philippine horsewhip and the balisong, a rare combination of weapons. Spencer G will demonstrate for the first time ever the simultaneous use of the Philippine horsewhip and the famous Philippine balisong. You'll probably ask how I taught Spencer G. When I returned from a visit to the Philippines in 1987, I brought with me 20 horsewhips. I gave one to Spencer G and said, "Spencer, this is your horsewhip. Next week, show me what you can do with it." And he did. This 5 years later. Spencer did not like the balisong in the beginning. However, he dedicated himself to its learning. I have taught him 46 openings and their closings. He has developed one opening in his own. As a result of his dedication to this study, I gave him the title Master of the Balisong. He is the first one ever to be so honored. The study of the simultaneous use of two sticks is necessary. The use of two sticks is actually a training for the empty hand. I have written a book on the two sticks, which was published in the Philippines in 1988. Here is Spencer G is attacking with two sticks. I am defending with two sticks. They are both equal lengths. They are 31 inches long. On your left is Bob Rivera. He's defending against Spencer G. Notice the movements of their foot, the movements of their hands, and where they're looking. And also, right after each hit, they return the stick to another ready position. Do not let your stick stay where the target was. Return it right away so that you can use it again quickly. Remember, if you're dealing with two sticks, it's pretty difficult not to become overwhelmed. See how Spencer returns his sticks right after hitting the target. Hits the target, returns the stick. Sometimes he makes one hit at a time. Sometimes he hits two sticks at a time. Now Bob's doing the same thing. He's hitting the stick. Do not aim for the body in your beginning technique, because if you do, you're liable to get hit when you return your stick to your side. First hit the stick, and then hit the stick again, and until you get closer to the body. Hit whatever is sticking out. If there's a stick in there, hit the stick. If the fist is in there, hit the fist. Here is simultaneous use of the two sticks. Another simultaneous use. Notice the crisscrossing pattern of the sticks. When one attacks, the other one returns. One attacks, the other one returns. Is it fast? Stick and knife techniques. This is a difficult phase of training. If you are able to use the knife for cutting, you will have to close in on the opponent. Closing the gap, however, will get you within the reach of the opponent's cutting knife. Hence, all advances must be accompanied by a hit. Here Spencer G demonstrates the attacks, and I do the defenses. Note the use of the knife. When I use my knife, I have to get closer to him, otherwise I cannot use it. If I want to stay away, then I can't use the knife. It's more advantageous to hit the knife with your own stick, because now you'll be doing a longer stick versus the shorter knife. The Bob Rivera on your left, is defending against Spencer G. Now this is the alternate use of the knife and the stick. Sometimes Bob attacks Spencer's knife with his stick. Sometimes he attacks it with his knife also. Stick. Stick, alright. Now it's the footwork. If he gets too close, he steps back. If he gets too far, he steps in. Either he leans in or he steps forward. Now these are the left and the right hands are being used almost equally. Spencer defends. Again, going to his left, hitting the knife with his stick. Again, this looks like a case of overkill. It's not. This is a preparation for free fighting. Free fighting, you should be able to do about 2 techniques in 1 second. If you can only do 2 techniques in 3 seconds, you'll be lost. See the equal use of the left and the right hand, moving back and forth. Steps back, moves in, step back. When he uses the knife, he has to move in. When he uses the stick, he can have the alternative of moving in or moving back. Notice again that Bob, every time he finishes his technique, he returns his stick to a ready position in his side. Spencer G's turn, defend, hits the knife, cuts, hits the stick, the knife, uses the knife, hits the stick, hits the knife, cuts with the knife or cuts with the knife. Hitting the knife again, hitting the head. I wrote a book on the stick and the knife technique. It was published by Paladin Press in 1988. Here I'm using a knife only. I'm using a wooden knife. I also have a book out on this Panandata knife fighting techniques. It was published in 1986. Now this is the movement from left to right, left to right. I used to compete when I was back in the Philippines. No armor was worn and the sticks were unpadded. The matches lasted 3 minutes for every round. This may seem short, however, when a stick is aimed at your head, 3 minutes will seem like forever. For this reason, I have shortened free fighting to 25 seconds per round. By shortening the free fighting time, there will be no time to get angry, and the competitors will not get too tired. Tired competitors will be swinging wildly, at which time the beauty of the art of free fighting will be lost. Free fighting would have become ugly. This Bob Rivera sparring casually with Spencer G. It's in a relaxed atmosphere here now. They're just testing each other, looking for openings, and not committing too much of their body into the technique. This is a courtesy, showing respect. This second match. This will also be in a relaxed atmosphere. Now they cross sticks, it's broken up, and they start fighting. Notice how they move around. Their heads are away from the body. They're not moving the head forward, they're keeping it back. Instead, they're aiming for the feet. Do not aim for the head right away. If you miss, the opponent will get your hand. Like I said in the beginning, the many counters that follow each defense look like it's a case of overkill, but you can see the application now. You need to do more than one attack. Here's a third match, the same persons, and this will simulate combat. This is very dangerous except for advanced students. Here they'll be going almost all out, except this simulate combat. Now you look, the movements are different, they are very intense now. It's a very intense free fighting. And these last only 25 seconds. Now they're trying to feel each other out, aiming at the feast, not making any commitment. Now Spencer will be moving in with a fast, and he gets in there. Again, the courtesy is necessary. If you start to fight like friends, you should end like friends. The classical forms of Philippine stick fighting are relatively short. Here, several classical forms are presented. These include forms which have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 movements. The one that you're seeing here now, that's only a 4-movement form. I teach forms only after my students have acquired considerable experience in free fighting. Here, my son Matt Jr. is on your left, and Spencer G. is doing the attacking. Matt is doing the counters. Now, there's a courtesy, which is very important. I'm on your left now. I'll be defending against Spencer G. the 4-movement forms. We're doing it again this time, another 4-movement form. And I'm moving different, I'm countering different. The next coming up is 5-movement forms. We'll do the same thing again, 5-movement forms. I'm hitting the stick. These forms will teach you distancing, as well as the judgment of speed of the power or the power of the attack of your opponent. These are 6-movement forms. Notice that I'm returning my stick after each counter to my side, just to get ready for the next technique. Sometimes I sweep, sometimes I jab. These forms will teach you how to judge distance properly, and also how to time your opponent's attack, so you'll be able to hit it where you want it, or get in between the techniques so you can hit his body. Again, the same thing. We are moving back and forth. I'm hitting his sticks every time he moves. Now that's a counter. It's another set of classical forms. Low, high. I'm countering each movement. At the end, I'll be countering him. This is purposely done slowly, so you could follow it. This is very helpful in free fighting. In fact, these are free fighting forms. Not really forms in the real sense of the word, but these are actually combinations. These are forms that I developed. And I have tried this out in free fighting also. That's a counter. The 44-inch stick, usually made from bamboo, was used in the Philippines for carrying water pails or bundles of wood in its end. It is also a substitute for a spear. One other stick of almost equal length is used to provide climbing support for string pins. Here, I'm shown with the Spencer G on the right. We are doing the 5 techniques again, only now at this time we have a longer stick. Fast counter. This will just serve to introduce to you the use of the 44-inch stick. I have completed a manuscript on this 44-inch stick fighting back in 1988. So it has about 300 photographs. On your left is Bob Rivera, on your right is Spencer G. Bob Rivera on your left at one time had to fight 7 persons in the street, armed with sticks. Luckily for Bob, he also had a stick at the time. And unfortunately for his opponent, Bob didn't even get touched. But Bob was not vicious. He didn't hit the head. He only went for the bicep, for the thighs, and for the forearm. And therefore he avoided causing serious injury, which is good. As a martial artist, you have a responsibility not to use your knowledge to beat up people. Martial artist is supposed to become a better person as he trains and as his skill develops. Bob Rivera is doing the countering. First you'll have to hit the stick. If you hit the hand right away, you might misjudge it. Of course, at some point in time you might decide to release one hand and use the stick only with one hand instead of with two. That is the footwork. This is the basic footwork that was shown earlier in the tape. Only now the footwork is more free-flowing. Stepping back, stepping forward, stepping back. When you can't reach your opponent, step back or lean your body forward. And if you want to retreat from this technique, step to the side or step back, on an angle of course. This is an introduction to the use of cane. The cane is, as you know, bought from a pharmacy, not from a martial arts store. So the techniques that you should learn with it are techniques for people who are recovering from injuries or just getting out of the hospital. That is the use of the hook for punching. It's a grab, hit and groin, sweep him down. We'll show it again. Grab, hit the groin, sweep him down. And a thrust to the neck. Another grab, hit on the groin, turn him around, and then hit him. Thrust to the chest, the back. These are explosive techniques. These techniques are accompanied by energetic screams. The screams serve to distract as well as to provide explosive discharges of air from the lungs that lend great power to the strikes. Most of the techniques are accompanied by a jump. These jumping techniques had never been shown in public until now. They are part of traditional Pananandata stick fighting forms. Here Bob Rivera on my right is doing the attacking. As a courtesy, he will attack again and you'll see the jumps. There will be more jumps in here. That's the jump. That's another jump. There's another jump here. Another courtesy. The rattan ring is a special type of weapon derived from circular rings made of bamboo upon which are placed round bottom earthen pots to prevent them from toppling over. The ring is a lethal weapon. It's a ready-made noose, as you can see here. Bob Rivera is using it for defense, and he's using it as a noose on Spencer's neck. And here he used it for disarming there. Hit and disarming, take down, and disarming, and take down. and a noose. If you have this kind of thing, be careful. You might hit the Adam's apple of your partner accidentally. Courtesy. Before the start of any practice or fighting session, practitioners go through sets of stick movements. The courtesy shown here is a shortened version of a series of stick movements used for greetings. The courtesy is a friendly greeting and means that we will start as friends. After the fight, we will still be friends. The courtesy also serves as an apology for unintentional, uncontrolled hits. Here a group is shown showing courtesy to each other. You can do this in groups or one at a time. The 12 strikes are aimed at the left side, at the right side, and at the center of the body. The 12 strikes attack low and high targets. The Spencer G, Bob Rivera, Rob Mulligan, Uli Lam. Spencer G is a full instructor. Bob Rivera is also a full instructor. Rob Mulligan is also a full instructor. And Uli Lam is also a full instructor. Spencer G has trained in Wushu. Also, Bob Rivera has trained in Kempo. Rob Mulligan has trained in Kung Fu. And Uli Lam, this is his first martial arts. Spencer G, Bob Rivera, Rob Mulligan, Uli Lam. Jumping covers distance quickly. It must be done with caution because at some point, while up in the air, you are vulnerable. Also, there could be a problem in landing. If you land on a leaf, you could fall like a log. Bob Rivera, Uli Lam. These are the 12 strikes. You notice that our right foot are forward. We'll be doing it with the eyes to the front. You will notice that we are not doing it synchronized. The point of this exercise is to complete the techniques and not to look like we are robots. Each of us has different timings, and for that reason, we are not doing this at the same time. Each person has his own rhythm, and that's why you'll see different timings here. But there's one thing in common here. They are all looking forward. Now it's the left foot forward. Repeating the same techniques. Notice that it's going from left side to right side, left side to right side, covering high, covering low, and thrusting. That's covering high, getting low, center, low, high, 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 high. These are the 12 strikes, and it covers the left side and right side of the body. Each technique comes from a different direction, and it has different target. Now you see here the alternating footwork. Again, these are the basic footwork. First the right foot forward, and the left foot forward, then alternating foot. You will have to train in here so that when you do free fighting, you'll be able to attack with whatever foot is forward. Remember that there's no wrong foot forward in fighting. It has to be the right foot all the time, whether it's the left or the right. Again, fix your eye to the front. Do not let your eyes waver. Look at the chest. And repeat these about 5 sets. Now we're doing the left foot forward and then alternating foot. You must train your left hand also. It's not because you would want to fight with your left hand. It's only because you want to have a coordinated left hand and right hand empty hands. Well, if you can fight with the two hands with the same dexterity, and that will be good. The left hand techniques will teach your empty hand also. It will develop proper coordination of the right and left foot and of the right and left hand. This is also a training for two sticks as well as stick and knife. Again, notice that we are not doing it all at the same time. We just want to complete the techniques even if our timings are not synchronized. You notice that I'm having my right hand at the side while Bob has his on the near close to the chest. Same thing here. Spencer has his hands on the chest. Uli has his hands at the side. And I have my right hand at the side. There's no wrong placement of the other hand. It should always be right, according to the dictates of the fighting. You'll have to do this in 10 sets of 10. This is an illustration of the targets of the 12 strikes. Bicep, elbow, stomach, groin, chest, top of head, side of neck, side of neck, side of face, a thrust to the face. Temple, jaw, bicep, elbow, stomach, groin, chest, top of head, side of neck, side of neck, side of face, side of face. This is a view from the other side. Horizontal cut, another horizontal cut, a front thrust, a diagonal uppercut, a thrust to the chest, a downward vertical cut, horizontal cut, a horizontal cut, a diagonal strike, and a thrust. One more time. Jaw. Horizontal to the bicep, horizontal to the elbow, front thrust to the chest, or to the stomach, chest, neck, neck, head. You must repeat this exercise using the left hand also, with alternating foot. Training the left hand cannot be overemphasized. You will have to learn how to use it. Because at close quarter fighting, particularly during a knife fight, you must be able to use both hands with equal skill. That is my alternating foot. Here's Spencer G. I'm hitting him using my left hand, alternating foot also. Groin, chest, top of head, side of neck, side of neck, side of face, thrust to the face. One more time. Horizontal cut, horizontal, 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 thrust, diagonal, diagonal thrust, vertical cut, horizontal, horizontal, diagonal, thrust. This is showing how to avoid the attacks. It's mostly ducking, sidestepping. Notice that Spencer is not depending with his stick. This will teach you the proper footwork and it will increase your mobility. Also, it will increase your stamina. It's not easy ducking techniques like here, where it's coming from all directions, really from 12 directions. This Bob, notice that his footwork is totally different. He has a tendency to move away. Now he's ducking, ducking, moving away, moving away. One more time. Do not memorize this footwork. You're not supposed to memorize it. You just have to react to whatever techniques are coming at you. That's drop mulligan. It's ducking. You're sidestepping now. Ducking. 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 Sidestepping. Sidestepping. One more time. Note that each of them move differently. I taught them the same techniques, the same footwork, but because of their personalities, they move differently. Next one will be uli lang. Notice that he would want to get closer. See? That's far, that's far, that's far. Now he's trying to get close now. That's very close. That's very close. He's getting closer. That's closer. That's closer. The footwork reflects on your personality also. There are people who want to fight from close. There are people who want to fight from a distance. He's moving away. Moving in. That's very close. Moving in. Moving in. Very close. Moving in. Moving in. The following sequence will show defenses against the 12 strikes. The attacks are shown slowly. The targets are shown in the beginning. There's 3 times slow. I will defend slowly. Once, twice, and a 3rd time. And now this would be a fast count. The Spencer G on your left. He is now attacking my jaw. I go to my left, hit the arm, hit the head slowly. Now I'm going to do it fast. That's a sweep. Now he's attacking my bicep 3 times to show the technique and to show the target. Slow. I cover my left side. Control his fist with my left hand. The fast technique down there. Now he's attacking my elbow. Slow. Fist, forearm or head. Forearm and head. Now it will be a fast arm sweep. And pass to the midsection. Hit the stick, the forearm, and then the head. Fast technique. Notice that after each hit, I return my stick to another ready position. Forearm, head, forearm, head, and then a fast, powerful technique. Fast to the chest, fast to the chest. Hit the stick, forearm, side of the body. Here's a fast technique coming up. Target is top of the head. Is a vertical cut. Is a hooking strike to the stick. Slow. I'll be doing it fast. Is aimed at the chest. This could also be aimed at the neck. Again, control his fist with your left hand. Hit the arm and then the chest. Fast technique. It's another horizontal strike. Hit the arm. Hit the arm. Hit the stick. That's a double hit on the side of the head. Please aim at the left side of the face. Protecting my left side. Controlling his fist with my left hand. Now I'll do a fast technique. be attacking the right side of my face. This could be a hooking cut or a thrust. Hit the arm, hit the arm, hit the arm, hit the stick and fast and powerful. This Bob Rivera is shown attacking me with the same techniques. I'll do it slow, I'll do it slow, I'll do it slow, and then I'll do it. That is that I'm using different defense techniques against Bob than the ones I used against Spencer G. Here I'm following his stick rather than meeting him. Oops. A strike to the bicep. I respond with a slow technique, hitting the fist, and then the groin, hitting the fist and then the groin. This is a fast technique. Hitting the elbow. Slow technique, hit the fist, side step to your left, side step to your left, hit hard, quick, and fast to the midsection. I'm hooking with a sweep. This is a hooking sweep on with a stick. I'll do it fast. He's aiming at my groin. He's a circular parry. Hard. You notice the twirl that I did on my head. That allows the stick to gather momentum. Now Bob is aiming at my chest. I aim at the stick, making sure that it's out of the way before I move in. Hit hard. Most of the techniques that I'm doing are aimed at the temple, or the neck, or the side of the face. That's the finishing hit. But the initial hit is usually aimed at the stick, or aimed at the fist. Let's aim at the side of the neck. Aim at the side of the neck. Hit on the fist. Hit on the fist. Hit on the fist. Now this is my footwork. I'm moving to the side. Aim at the neck. Slow. And side step. Slow. This would be a hard hit. Slow. 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 Right. The initial hit on the stick can be aimed at any place. Could be aimed at the fist, at the forearm, or at the head. However, when you're fighting and you're not close enough, you first have to hit the stick to get it out of the way. Rob Mulligan is on your right. You will notice that my defenses are different. The defense I used against Bob Rivera earlier and Spencer G are different from what I'm doing here. The defenses are free-flowing and is the result of years of practice. If you are to practice these techniques, do not memorize them. If you do, you will no longer be yourself, you will become somebody else. Aside from non-conscious execution of techniques, you will need speed, mobility, accuracy, timing, good judgment of distance, but above all, even if you have a big stick, you will need a bigger heart. A fighting heart, that is. Rob Mulligan is totally dedicated to Pananandata. On the day of his wedding, he came out to me for lessons. His wedding was at noon, he came to me at 10 o'clock, and we practiced for 1 hour. That's dedication. Slow, side step, sweep. Pass to the chest, pass to the chest, hit on the stick, hit on the stick, hit on the stick, hit on the stick, a fast counter. You might be tempted to hit the body right at the beginning. The problem there is, his attack might arrive first, and you could go in second. So if you take care of his stick, then he cannot attack right away. By the way, Rob Mulligan now lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's on this side of the neck, side of the neck. That's the twirl again. Side of the face, side of the face. Forearm hit and head. And now these are fast technique. That's the side of the face. Make sure that when you're walking out with a partner, you have good control during your twirls. That's it, fast to the side of the face. Hit on the forearm, forearm head, side step, side step. That's uli lang on your right. Side step. Hit the fist. Hit the fist again. Fast counter. Make sure that if you are the attacker, you deliver your techniques properly, with a properly bent knee, with the proper attitude of the head, and looking in front directly. Hit on the left side, and this is a horizontal strike. Notice how Uli is twisting his body as he attacks. That's needed to generate power. When you defend against any steel attack, there should be no wasted motion. There should be no extra step. Every step must have a purpose. Sit fast to the front, under the solar plexus, stomach. Side step. Sweep the stick. Sweep the stick. Now this would be a hard hit, a hard sweep. That's a hooking hit. That's aimed at the temple, really. Or the neck. I'm moving back now, following his attack, avoiding it. I'm going to hit hard, and then I'm going to hit the stick a second time. Notice how the stick become jarred from his grasp. He nearly lost it. It's a hit on the chest, side step, hit the arm, hit the arm. Now this would be a strong hit. Again, hitting the stick, so he will not be able to hit again. Notice how the stick vibrated. It's a vertical strike to the head, a hooking deflection. I'm sidestepping, hooking. This will be a hard hit. That is how the stick got lost in there. Hitting at the side of the left side. And the left side. Hitting the left side. Hitting the left side. Now, hit. Again, notice that there is no wasted motion. The techniques are delivered crisply. There should be no hesitation. Just notice the footsteps, the footwork. Those techniques are aimed at the temple and sometimes on the neck, on the side of the page. Now hitting my left side, upper body, I duck underneath while I do side step. Duck underneath while I do a side step. Now I'm going to hit the stick hard. Draw it. Now this is a hit on the side of the head, and notice how Uli is reaching in. Now Uli is reaching in. There it is. Hit hard. Hit the stick, hit hard. Dispenser G on your left. Bob Rivera is the attacker. Slow. Show you where the target is. And a fast technique. And that is, it's almost like an overkill. Like I said in the earlier part of the tape, you need these quick techniques in free fighting. That is how he weaves back and forth, goes side to side. That is also that the attacker has the correct stance. As a partner, you should be attacking properly, otherwise you will not be helping your partner. It's a horizontal cut, a slow defense, this will be a fast one. Look at the twirl here, he's going to the side. Notice that he's going to the outside of the right arm. That's the weapon hand. The reason is you don't want to go into his left because he could catch you with the left hand. But in some cases you need to go to the left side or to the right side. Now he goes to his right, picks out his stick, hits the fist, goes for the body. Notice that he's not going for the body right away. I mean Spencer. Spencer is defending, but he's not going for the body right away. If the fist is close enough, he hits the fist first. If the fist is not close enough, he hits the stick first to get it out of the way. And these are the one after the other techniques. It's a vertical strike on the head. He steps to the side, hits the stick, and then the arm, and then gets closer to the body. The progression of technique is first you hit the stick, and then you hit the fist, and then you aim for the body. Hit the stick, fist, body. These are the basics. Hit the stick, chest. Control his right hand with your left hand. Cut to the side, hit, and go for the body. Hit the stick, hit the arm, and then go for the body and get closer. Again, do not try to memorize the sequences. Like I said in the earlier part of the tape, you memorize the sequences, you will become somebody else. Let your techniques flow. After your basics are pretty good, your techniques will flow smoothly. Now it's Bob's turn to defend against Spencer's team. Notice that I taught them the same techniques, but their sequencing are different. See all the twirls that Bob is doing. Those are all hits at the head. Chest, arm. Notice Bob's left hand. Look at Bob's left hand on this technique. See how it controls the attacker's weapon arm. Horizontal strike. Horizontal strike. Those are all hits to the head. Of course, you should understand that Bob is hitting to the head because Spencer is shorter than he is. So it's very convenient for Bob to do those techniques. If you have to fully understand these defenses, you also have to look at the footwork. Look at how Bob is moving. Now that's a hit to the groin. He steps back, so he could use the full length of the stick. Now this is left hand again. Now he moves in. Whenever he moves in, he uses his left hand. That's a hit. Fast. Fast, a hit. The head again is fast. These sequences are not memorized. If I ask them to do the techniques again, they'll never be able to repeat it. Bob's footwork is a result of the footwork that has been shown at the beginning of the tape. Those are the exercises that you need to get to this stage of mobility. Since Bob is right-handed, most of the time his right foot is in front when he does his techniques. Those are all hits to the head. As a hit to the groin. That could lead to a takedown. The stick, forearm, and then go for the body. Stick, hand, and go for the body. After which you can do a dozen or more attacks. As a cuts, up the fence, twirls, aim at the head. That's attack number 12 to the side of the face. Now depending, there's a hit going to hit, and the head, it's another going to hit. If you are the attacker, make sure that you are doing your attacks properly. Knees must be bent correctly. Here's Uli, attacking Rob Mulligan. Now, you notice that Rob has a different method of defending. Quite fast. Moves to his left. Hits the hand, and delivers a strike. He does a lot of twirling too, but it's a different twirl than Bob Rivera did. Spencer's twirl is also different. Another hit. Notice that there is no hesitation to the technique. It's a crisp, sharp, and quick. After the technique is delivered, it is withdrawn as quickly, ready for the next technique. Also study Rob Mulligan's footwork. At the side step, steps back with his left, steps in with his left to get in range again. Steps back, steps in. That's an attack at the groin. A check on the arm, on the piece with his left hand. Hard hit, a check. A hit on the head. This is a fast aim at the chest or at the heart. Covers his upper left. You are hit fast now. That's a finishing hit. It's a vertical hit on the top of the head. Fast. Now this again the very basic of defensive technique. Hit the stick, hit the hand, and then go for the body. Hit the stick or the hand, and then go for the body. Horizontal cut, Rob side step, check the weapon arm, attacks the stick, and attacks the body. Remember, it's not only the opponent that you're attacking, you will also have to attack his weapon. If you are able to attack his weapon, you'll jar it, and he will fight to regain control of his weapon. That way you'll be controlling his technique. That's a hard hit there, and a check on the arm. Step fast to the side of the face, side step, and a deflection. Side step, deflection, a hard hit, hit on the stick. On your left is Uli Lang, you'll be defending against Spencer G on your right. Slow, hit. Again, these techniques are not memorized. You're not supposed to memorize these. Hit on the jaw, hit on the stick, check on the arm with the left hand, with the side step. That is how Uli uses big steps. Steps in, steps back and hit. By stepping back, you are able to use the full length of the stick in a whipping action. It's almost like a horse whip. You notice that he's able to do his techniques with the left foot forward or with the right foot forward. This is a result of the training that has been shown earlier in the tape, where we did the techniques either with the left foot forward or with the right foot forward. There should be no wrong foot forward. Aim at the groin, hit this fist again, and pass to the body and go for the head. At the same time, you should be side-stepping, moving in, moving back. Pass to the chest, moving to the side, hit to the top of the head with the butt of the stick. Alright, good hit. Strike, downward, vertical. He sidesteps it, moves in, moves back. Sidesteps it, moves in, and moves back. The side of the neck. He ducks below it, hits the knee or the shin. Moves in, pass to the body, and steps back. Aim at the side of the neck, ducks underneath, hit the fist, hit the stick, ducks underneath, hit the stick, moves in and moves back. Just aim at the left side of the face. Over his left side, hits the head, and then moves in. This is duck number 12. Aim at the right side of the face. Fully deflects the stick, moves in, and overhits. Stick and knife is a difficult phase of Pananandata. It involves the use of two weapons of different lengths, the 31-inch rattan stick and the 12-inch dagger. Here I'm shown defending against Rob Mulligan. Now I first attack his long stick and then I attack his knife. Attack his stick and then the knife. Every time I hit the knife, that's actually a hit on the fist. That's a hit on the fist to disable it. Hit the fist, hit the knife. It is better that you counter the opponent's knife with your longer stick. That way you will have a safer distance. But sometimes when you're close enough, you can use your knife to counter the opponent's knife. But as a rule, try to counter the opponent's knife with your longer stick. Slow, and I'll do it fast. Slow, and fast. Slow. Now notice there that my left foot is down. Now it's my right foot. And now here I'm defending against Uli Lang. I'm using a different way of defending here. I'm also using different footwork, foot movements. Feet. You'll also notice that I use a lot of sweeps. The sweep is a very, very powerful technique. It's really a finishing hit. Go to the side, hit the stick and then hit the knife, stick, knife, and go for the body, for the head. Look at the going. I counter his knife with my knife. Now it's a longer distance. Notice also that the techniques I used when I do the slow defenses are quite different from the defenses I use when I do the quick defenses. There I hit the knife and then countered with my other knife. Stick, knife, body. Go ahead. Stick, knife, body. That's the sequence. Hit on the knife is actually hit on the fist. Stick, knife, body. Stick, knife, body. Now, in this technique, on the fast technique coming up, look at it fast on the heart. That's the fast. Is it fast to the heart or to the neck? Here I'm defending against Spencer G. I'm using again another type of footwork and another type of defense. A different sequencing, although the basics remain the same. Notice that if I want to close the distance, I have to attack his weapon. I have to. If I close the distance without attacking his weapon will be waiting for me. And attacking it will put it away. A hit on the fist will slow down his reaction time. I'll probably immobilize him altogether. hit the knife, and go for the body. Pass to the chest, pass to the chest, hit the knife, hit the body, and then hit the body a second time. Hit, stick, knife, body. Stick, knife, body. Again, stick, knife, body. Stick, knife, body. Notice that after I hit the knife, I aim for the head. Reason is, that's the head, that's the target that's not covered, because his midsection is covered by his stick and his knife. And his body is left open. His head is left open. Yeah, his head is open. Again, there will be a thrust to the chest coming up here. That's the thrust. And a hooking hit on the temple as the final technique. Here I'm showing defending against Bob Rivera. Again, I'm using different sequences. And I'm using different footworks. Again, they have different rhythms and they are not attacking at the same rate. So I have to make adjustments. But these adjustments should become instinctive after years of practice. You cannot memorize this. If you memorize this, you'll be very slow in defending. Side step. Stick, knife. Stick, knife, body. Top of the chest. Stick, knife, body. Stick, knife, head. Stick, knife, head. Stick, again, just to remind you, the hit on the knife is actually a hit on the fist. And that should break the fist. So you better be careful when you practice with a partner, particularly when you do the sweeping attacks. Sweeping attacks are very difficult to control, not from the standpoint of strength, but from the standpoint of accuracy. You might just hit 2 inches too deep, or 1 inch too deep. The Spencer attacking Bob Rivera. First, the defense is shown slowly, and then this next one is shown fast. Spencer G attacking. Focus your attention on Bob's knife. On your left, Bob's knife. He uses it as he gets closer, either to cut the opponent's arm or to thrust to the body. Footwork, side step, moving in and then moving back to make full use of his stick. Thrust with the knife. Again, the basic concepts. Hit the stick, then the knife, and then go for the body. Stick, knife, body. Once you have disabled the 2 hands, or one of the 2 hands, it will be relatively easy to go for the body of the opponent without taking the risk of getting hit as you go in. The power and the technique, you could judge it by the sound the stick makes as it whistles to the air. Stick, knife, body. Stick, knife, body. The attack to the body could be done first with either the knife or the stick, depending on the range that you are in. Stick, knife, body. Here, Spencer is the defender, and Bob now switches and becomes the attacker. Now, again, the sequencing are different. If I ask them to repeat the same techniques, they will never be able to. They do not memorize. stick, knife, body. Left foot moves, left foot moves, steps in and steps back. Steps in, steps back to get a full sweep. That's the sound of the stick, and that indicates power. Fast. Quick hit. Notice that after Bob attacks with his stick or with his knife, he doesn't move his knife or stick anymore. The reason will become obvious later in free fighting. If he moves a second time with his stick, it will become a free fight. But these sequences are to show you, are shown to show you the pences. While this looks prearranged, it is not. Vertical hit, pass to the body. Vertical hit, pass to the body. And pass. And a hit to the head. Take note that the techniques are not being delivered to the same spot. Here Spencer covers the stomach, covers the head, covers the knife, and covers the hand. He changes his targets. It's mostly on the torso. Sometimes you need to hit the leg also. That's power. The stick and knife fighting requires a different degree of skill, because here you have 31-inch stick and about a 12-inch dagger. The only way you can use the dagger is for you to be able to step in. But if you step in, the opponent might just be waiting for you. The difference in length of the weapons and in the distances to be maintained makes stick and dagger fighting quite complicated. Yet, because of the very complexity of this art, mastery of the stick and the knife is a lethal combat skill. Your ability to seize the right moment to attack, judge distance instinctively, use the proper speed, and impose the rhythm of a fight are the necessary qualities that will make you an accomplished Pananandata fighter. These qualities will enable you to move smoothly and gracefully, gain distance quickly or yield distance rapidly, gain time, and read the opponent's intentions before they become serious threats. By practicing these stick and knife techniques, your distancing will become instinctive. Because first, if you want to attack with your knife, you will have to move in, like Uli is doing there, and then move back so you can use your stick effectively. Uli defends. Now he moves in. But you cannot use your knife from long distance. You have to move in. Uli hits the knife. Vertical hit, knife. Move in so he can cut the arm with the knife. And step back so he can use his stick. Ducks below it. And slices with his knife. And this requires instinctive distancing. Horizontal cut. Uli ducks underneath. Steps in and steps back. When he steps in, he uses his knife. When he steps back, he uses his stick. It depends. There's a simultaneous cut with the knife and a hit with the stick. That's simultaneous. It pass to the throat. Attack number 12. Pass to the 12. Now this is lean back to give full use for his arm, so he can use the stick. On your left is Rob Mulligan, defending against Special G. Like I said in the beginning of the tape, they have different rhythms. Their footwork, although they learn the same thing from me, are quite different. But the general principle is, if you want to use your knife, you step in. If you want to make full use of your stick, you step back. When you're right-handed, usually the stepping in and stepping back is accomplished with your left foot. Fast, hit, cut. Fast. Notice that there's no wasted motion in here. There's no hesitation. That's a powerful hit. Cut, fast. Fast. Hit. That stick, knife, body. Stick, knife, body. Sweep, step in and step back with the left foot. That's why in the early part of the tape we have an exercise where we were moving only the left foot with the right foot stationary. This is the application of that footwork. See, the right foot barely moves away from where it started. It's only the left foot that's moving. See? Now the left foot moves. The right foot is almost stationary, except doing a pivot. Last attack on the 12. Pass to the body. Stick, knife, body. These are explosive techniques used against the 12 strikes. Explosive because there is a sudden burst of speed. Extreme, jump, power, and speed combined in generous proportions will be lethal. Note the movements of the left hand, of the defender, the footwork, and the attack on the stick. The attack on the stick is powerful, so it will be out of the way. There's a jump, a sweep, a jump, a sweep, hit on the stick, a hit on the temple with the butt of the stick, jump, hit the stick, and hit the head. That is the movement of my left hand. It's my left hander, used to control the attacker's weapon. Jump and a hit. Seoul is here. This freestyle stick fighting. There will be 6 matches. Earlier in the tape there were 3 matches, but it was for the same with the same persons. This is match number 1. Rob Mulligan on your left, and Special G on your right. These are not prearranged. They're on their own here. On their own. It's not prearranged. Now they're waiting each other out, trying to figure out how to get in without getting hit on the way in. After the fight, you have to exercise courtesy to your opponent and to your teacher. You start as friends and you end up as friends. Woolies on your right, Bobby Bearers on your left. Now they have changed places. A good fight is always exhilarating. That's Bob Mulligan on your right, Bob Rivera on your left. They're trying to feel out each other. They're not really committing on a hit to the body. They're really aiming at the fist. Note that the fight lasts only 25 seconds. Now bow to your father, bow to your teacher, and this is an apology for any uncontrolled hit. That's Uli Lang on your left and Spencer G on your right. Cross sticks, start the fight. Uli getting hit with a thrust to the stomach. Spencer G is working on his ground techniques. And 25 seconds would not seem too long for a spectator. But for those who are fighting, that is a long time. Now they have to shake each other's hands and become friends again. This Uli Lang on your right and Rob Mulligan on your left. Cross sticks and the fight starts. 25 seconds. That is the placement of their left. They are tilting it back. Now they're chasing each other all over the floor. Uli Lang has just lost his eyeglass. Respect for your teacher, shake your hands, and become friends again. Remember, during a fight, the other person is only a pair of arms and a pair of legs. This should be an intense free fight. That is the difference in height between Bob Rivera and Spencer G. Thing is, when your sticks are all the same length and the opponents have equal skills, height does not make too much of a difference because each protagonist takes the risk of getting hit on the fist. How do you teacher? And I shake hands. Become friends again. A good fight is always exhilarating. This is a wind down. By winding down, you don't just stand and do any breathing exercise, although that is a good way to end the next training session. But here we are doing the wind down with footwork again. Because Pananandata stresses mobility. As we got to keep moving, you have seen the speed of the sticks in the free fights. And you need to move very quickly. Stop. This set of footwork will take longer steps. And side step. Ducking under the attack, ducking under the attack, moving away, side stepping. Again. Left, right, side step. 45 degrees forward, 45 degrees forward, 45 degrees back, 45 degrees back, side step. Duck under the attack, side step, side step, side step. Now this is the triangular jog, and this will increase your mobility as well as your endurance. This will become a jog later on. Increase your speed as you do the footwork.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Increasing speed.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back.
Now the back.
2,
Back triangle.
3, 4,
Back triangle.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up.
This is the forward triangle and the backward triangle.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. 20.
This will be a fast triangular jump.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Although this is a wind down, we still have to do that fast. This is giving respect. Now giving respect to each other. Apologize for uncontrolled hits. Thank you for watching the tape. I would like to thank Spencer G., Robert Rivera, Robert Mulligan, Uli Lang, and my son Matt Jr. for their assistance on this tape. I hope you, as the owner of this tape, will get to like it. For more information, please write me at this P.O. Box number in Queens, New York. Again, thanks for watching the tape.